Some people at some point thought, oh, I want a pet. Maybe they began dreaming of having one when they were little, or perhaps the idea blossomed during their young adult years. Well, I'm no different from those kind of people. So let me tell you about my time of having a pet. I had a few different kind of pets growing up. A fish, a beetle, a cat, and even a rabbit. But my most favorite kind of pet that I had when I was a kid, and up until this day, is a dog. Alright, I'm more of a dog person if anything, but come on, surely you have seen cute dog videos on the internet before. They are such little treasures. So, I'll be talking about the times that I had a pet dog in my life. Growing up, my family always had a dog that was given by a relative or a friend. Only one dog though, since at those times, I don't think my family wants some more energetic children running around in our household. I don't really remember much about those dogs when I was little, but I do remember us naming them the most creative name that a child can ever think of. Whitey, Brownie, and Blackie. I also remember that I named two more dogs, Sweet Pup and Puchiena. Yes, I was a Pokemon fan growing up. Now, those are considered family dogs since my dad is the only one who gets to take care of them cause my mom was kind of protective of us when we were kids and would not let us be near them, fearing that they might bite and or scratch us. Now let me tell you the time one of my past dogs possibly ate my Christmas money. I kind of dropped it while idly standing by. When I realized that, I looked around for it and even asked my parents, who happened to be nearby, for help. But with one glance at our current dog that time, who I also just realized was there, my parents concluded that the dog must have eaten it. Now they were amused by that idea, but I was not. I was kind of upset for a few moments, but got over it since I couldn't do anything about it. By the way, where I grew up, you can spot some dogs roaming around the area. They belong to my relatives who are also our neighbors. Now, Puchiena was the last dog we had in the past, and after his passing, we didn't get any more dogs per my mom's request. So, when I was in high school, I thought about wanting another dog, but this time, I want to be included in taking care of it, even if my mom was kind of against it. I tried asking multiple times, but my mom shut down that idea so fast. Also, my dad just kind of respected my mom's wishes and went along with that idea. So, during those times, I've been playing with my cousin's dogs during my visit to them. Until one fateful day. I was chilling and playing some random games on my phone when suddenly, I heard someone calling me. I looked out the window and saw my uncle, who's also one of my favorite uncles, with a black puppy. Oh my gosh! Now this uncle of mine has a knack for getting a dog for some reason, and sometimes he gives it to me and or one of my neighboring cousins. And to my delight, he gave me the little guy since he heard that I wanted one. My mom wasn't home at that time, and I did mention that my mom doesn't want any more dogs, right? So what did I do? I accepted the given puppy. Hey, I'm not missing out this chance to finally have a pet who I can bond with, you know. My dad was okay with it, and the only problem to deal with later in that day was my mom. She can easily tell us to return the dog. When she got home though and realized my uncle gave us a dog, she just shrugged it up and let me keep him. Ha! You're mine now. So, he was the very first dog that I actually bonded with, and his name is Aster, from the word asteroid. Now, a fact about Aster. His hind leg was injured before because the day that he was given to me, my uncle just found him after a street accident. At least, that's what he told me. So, I kind of helped him during the time that he was limping. But in no time, he then can walk normally. But oh, Aster is not the only dog that I bonded with in that year, because 3 months later, while I was doing the laundry, I noticed movement near some plants in the area. So when I checked it out, I found a cute little brown puppy. I called out to my dad to show him what I found, and he was surprised. He knew this puppy didn't belong to any of our neighbors, but we still let it be for now. But guess whose puppy that I randomly found? My uncle's. The same one who gave me Aster. Now guess what's the ending of this situation? I get to keep her, so I can have 2 dogs like my other cousins. So what's the name of the second puppy? It's Nova, from the word supernova. Now I have 2 dogs. My mom kind of gave me a blank look when she got back home that day and realized we had 2 of them to take care of. I had a lot of fun memories with those 2 and they felt more like family during the time that we had them. It was fun training them to do some basic tricks like reacting to their names, sit, paw, and lay down. The last trick only Nova learned it. I also accidentally taught Nova a few extra tricks. By accidentally, I mean it by saying a random command for the first time, might I add, and she actually did it. The first command was catch, where I threw a piece of bread or any food in general towards her and she catch it with her mouth. She even jumped for it when needed. Heck, even a somewhat fast throw in a short distance, she can catch it. Catch! You might think it might not be a skill to have, but I can't even teach that command to Aster. No matter how many times I tried, he just let the food bounce off his head and then eat it up after. I give up. The next trick was get her. Me and my sister were playing with Nova one day and we were giving her bread to try and train her for new tricks. And a random Pokemon related thought came to me at that moment while Nova's attention was on me. I looked at my sister straight in the eyes and smiled innocently at her. Then I said jokingly while pointing at my sister, Nova, get her. And to our surprise, Nova turned her attention towards her and started jumping at her. My sister somewhat kept her cool in a way, and Nova then turned her attention to me and then received her treat. Hey, she followed the command. Rules are rules. Follow commands equals get treats. I also did it for the second time because I was still in a state of disbelief when the first one happened. My sister then thought to try that command against me, but Nova still decided to do that command towards her, much to my amusement. Ha! Now we know where her loyalties lies, huh? Apparently, get her is equal to get my sister. Now, Nova might shine towards doing tricks, but Aster shines towards good behavior and showing affection. Aster is more well-behaved than Nova. Heck, their opposite behavior is more evident when there's a chicken involved. My neighbors also have chickens, which is a problem when we have Nova. The dogs of my neighborhood don't attack the chickens, but Nova here actively hunt them. And oh boy, she's good at hunting chickens when she escaped our household. She also got in trouble with my aunt. So now, she's on a leash whenever we want to walk around in the area. Unlike Nova, Aster is best friends with the chickens. One time, I saw Aster wide awake and letting a chicken peck on him to get some fleas or maybe ticks off him. And it seems both of them are comfortable with one another. That's why Aster is free to walk around our area off-leash since he's not causing havoc towards the chickens. However, he tends to show the other male dogs around who's the alpha of the area, especially towards my cousin's dog, who, might I add, is bigger than him. But those two are friends growing up, so it's fine, I guess. Aster is super affectionate towards me. One time, I had been gone for a week, and he showed how much he missed me when I got back, with all the jumping, nuzzling, and whining that he had done. Nova didn't even bother acknowledging that I was home and stuff, and she kept doing her own cat-like things. The one thing these two dogs have in common is when they are given the chance to run around. They freaking activated cheetah mode when they're off the leash. I don't get to hang out with those two anymore due to me moving away for college. I only get to go back home when an academic year ends. Unfortunately, during my time away, Aster had been feeling ill and has become weak. Then around the week of Christmas, I received the worst news ever. Aster has now crossed the Rainbow Bridge. Amongst the dogs that I have in the past, his passing hurt a lot. This happened last 2 years ago. It took way too long for me to move on from it. I still get teary-eyed when I think about it now. Aster was the very first dog that I got to actually bond with, but I'm glad that he's not suffering anymore. He is deeply missed. After hearing Aster's passing, my uncle decided to give me another puppy. It won't replace Aster, of course, but I still really appreciate the small gift. And this time, I let my brother name him, and he decided to call him Rigel, a name of a star. A lot had happened after that. 2 months later, Nova surprisingly gave birth to new puppies that strangely had some of the same colors and features that Aster had. Hey, Nova's a mom now. What? We didn't even know she was pregnant. We assumed that Nova only gained weight because of how much she was eating, and that's a typical behavior for her since she was small. But when the pups grew up a little, we had to give them away to a new family since we couldn't handle caring for them. July came and we received 2 new puppies. Unfortunately, they ended up passing young due to some illness that was going around, and a lot of dogs at that time also passed, based on what my parents told me. I also named one of them Celestia. A few months later, my aunt gave us 2 new puppies, and they were identical in look but have different gender. The male one is for me, and the female one is for my sister, and I named my new pupper Comet. I think by now you're seeing a pattern on the names. So all in all, the family has 4 doggos now: Nova, Rigel, Comet, and the puppy that my sister has. I've had a lot of great memories with the furry members that joined our family. They are more than pets, heck, even more than just best friends. I practically feel that they are part of the family, which they are. Although Aster's passing left a void in my heart, I'm still glad he was part of my story. For anyone contemplating having a pet, remember, in opening your heart to them, you're inviting a lifetime of memories and love that goes beyond words. Also, you need to ensure that you can take care of them, you know. Thank you guys for watching my first ever animated story vlog type of video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. If you want to be notified of my possible next animated story vlog video or maybe art videos in the future, hit that subscribe button if you wanna. Anyways, take care guys. Peace!
Okay, that took a while to make, especially if you want to do this kind of videos while in college. Note to self, try to make the script a little bit shorter. The next one, I'll try to shorten the duration for it. I also apologize for the audio, by the way. The time I have this mic that I'm currently recording with for the end note is the time I already started making the animation, so I don't want to throw that work away since it will be a waste. Anyways, it was fun making this and I'll try to do more of this in the future. Got to go now guys. Bye!